All right, this is take 22. I don't know. This is more than take one. So I am going to help you get all of your assignments calendared in K12. I've already downloaded the pacing guide, which is a tool. It's an Excel spreadsheet. So I already downloaded it. A couple things to keep in mind. Up here, you could follow the directions, which I highly recommend. This box here, you're going to put your starting date. I put January 6, 2026 for mine. That's the start of our next semester. Actually, that's a Tuesday. The first day is a minimum day. This second box is not the end of your semester. It is the Monday that comes on or before the start of your semester. It's just a date that they use to help in their calculation. So you can put the same date if you want, but it does need to be a Monday. And then I have placed all of our days off for this second semester. We have a February break, and we have a spring break, and we have Martin Luther King Jr. Day off as well. You might have other days off that you want to put in there. For my purposes, I just want to spread out the content as evenly as I can throughout the weeks, but I don't want to assign anything during this week, and I don't want to assign anything during this week. The other days that we might have off, we have a field trip coming up. I'm just going to go ahead and pretend that we were there in school so that we can just spread out as evenly as we can. The end of the semester goes down here for us. I put May 15th, 2026, even though our semester ends a little bit later. I just wanted to go ahead and let's compress things. We can always relax it later on. If you start off with a more relaxed schedule and then you try to compress it, that's where issues might come to play. If you enter those dates properly with the correct year as well, then automatically you'll get an outline, basically a listing of assignments, and then the date that those assignments should be due. If best case scenario with your schedule. You also get a calendar view. I like this one for printing out. Gives you an idea of the month, the nice month view there. I don't use this one. It's a little too busy for me. I like this one better. And really, what I'm most concerned about is my quizzes and my tests, because I'd like to put those in so that my students can have a visual of when those quizzes are due, when those tests are due. They don't they're not as concerned about, oh, what are we doing today? They're more concerned about when are these assignments due, so I can make sure that I get them done close to that due date. Okay, so I've got my spreadsheets all done. It doesn't automatically come into to my K12 schedule. So what I need to do over here is I'm going to go to my courses. Since we haven't started semester 2 yet, it's not in my published courses. When we come back in January, then I'll deselect all of these ones and I'll push out my second semester courses. So since I'm doing the calendar for IM one, I'm going to choose my IM one second semester. For me, that's how I've nicknamed this one. Pro tip: I start all of my names with an underscore, and then that will push them farther in front of the other one. So it'll group together in some views. It groups together all the ones that start with an underscore first, and then the ones that start without an underscore. So that's a nice way to group them separately. So I'm going to go here. I want to go to this course. I'm going to go to the assignments tab. It's right here. It's a link to the assignments. And then from here, the best way to do this, in my opinion, is to click the three dots here, edit the assignment dates for all of your assignments. So things like all the quizzes and all the tests. It has more than that. You'll notice here there's a graded assignment. I'm probably not going to put a due date on that. I may or may not do some of those. I'm gonna have my students do most of these quizzes. And if I decide later on, oh, I don't want them to do 1.04 quiz, I can always remove that date and then it won't show up in their calendar. Probably going to still do that content, but maybe I don't want them to do that quiz. All right, so over here then I've got a side-by-side view of my calendar here. I like this, like I said, the second page. 1.01 quiz is should be scheduled to be done on the 6th of January. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. Annoying is it always defaults to today's date. Spoiler alert, I'm recording this video on December 18th, 2025. So I got to click this. That becomes kind of annoying to have to click over to the next month, especially the further months that you go over. And there are some ways to speed that up. So January 6th is when this assignment will be due. Then let's see, this one is January 7th. Now, in fact, I won't be meeting with students on January 7th for that class. Actually, I think I do with my IM1 group, but I don't meet with them on January 6th. But these are just target dates that we're shooting for. If they end up doing both of these quizzes on January 7th, the day that I see them, that's fine with me. 1.04 quiz looks like the 9th. I won't see them on the 9th, but this just allows them to kind of pace things out. So I've got 3 assignments here. I would just continue this for my entire semester. And you might be saying to yourself, I'm not sure that they're going to be doing great in Unit 2. Maybe then I would adjust things as I go. But this is a good ballpark starting point. Especially if you've never taught the course before or you've never used this content before, you might want someone to say, here's the expected timeline. So I've got a few of them done here. I'm just going to go ahead and stop for now. I'm going to click save. And it goes through. Since I only have a few, it's actually pretty quick. I'll show you the calendar. I'm going to go over here to calendar. There we go. And it defaults back to this current week here. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward over to first week in January that we're in class. And then all of mine show up down here at the bottom because I didn't put a due date or due time on them. So they default to just before midnight. So you can see January 6th, 1.01 quiz, January 7th, 1.02 quiz. We don't have our students typically use the agenda. And if I scroll down here, you can see January 7th, due at 11 p.m. is the 1.02 quiz. It's not a great view to see which class this is. So for that reason, I like better the weekly one, which also doesn't do a great job of saying, hey, happens to be the 1.01 quiz from IM1 instead of English 1 or whatever it happens to be. All right. Yes, there's still a lot of clicking to do, but it's a pretty efficient way to do it. All right. Good luck.